I coach for the love of the game.
Clock in every drive.
Just want to give back to the community.
Next play.
You know, that's what it's all about.
Yo, I got that. Fuck, punk. Game. Trap. No blood, no foul. You can't guard me. This is big right here.
Basketball is really a metaphor for life.
You stop them right here, they get panicky, they get right. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. It's all about the fight. It's all about hanging together. Don't put on a show, you win the game. Don't put on a show, you
Take
win
advantage
the
of
game.
everything, including schoolwork, family, sports. Sports open so many doors.
Basketball is a game that you ain't gotta have no money to play. You ain't really even gotta have shoes. You just show up, start stretching, somebody got a ball, you just get in the game. A coach is someone who helps you imagine a greater possibility for yourself. A support system that guides you on a conquest with the sole purpose of helping you achieve your goals. A good coach's perspective is to both consult and analyze performance, then make recommendations to get a clear resolution of a problem. My favorite coach taught me to believe in ourselves and have faith in others. He motivated us to believe that there is no challenge too great. As a modeling figure, these players need our encouragement to keep moving forward.
My name is Sidney Gabo, coach of Osterhook basketball. And my relationship with JR Inman, he is a kid, which is a young man now.
Yo, you play basketball?
Oh nah, man, I don't play no more. I coach.
You could just look and tell that he was something special. It ain't just about the basketball. He always has this good energy about himself. He may be a little tall, but he's still my little brother. I'm a big fan of JR Inman, but I can go on for days. But JR Inman is one of a kind.
Remember, you gotta hit the rim. So when I started coaching, I always had a dream. My dream was to always provide opportunities that was never provided for myself. There's two ways you can learn in life. Sometimes you can learn by example, that's a positive, or learn by an example that's a negative, that teaches you what not to do. And so I had a couple of experiences, of course, more positive than negative, but I learned more lessons from the negative ones than I did even the positives. And so when I was younger, I had a coach who wasn't necessarily in my corner. He didn't necessarily believe in me as a player or as a person. And so when I see these young guys, I just think about myself and how much I did achieve and how much more I would have achieved had I would have had that coach, that extended father figure to show me the way, the right things to do, and the lessons to learn. Coming from Rockland County, basketball is popular, but only where we're from. And until recently, you didn't see guys go in Division I, playing professional basketball. For the most part, you went from CYO or PAL, which was our kind of rec town travel. And then after that, you went to high school. And then if you were lucky, you maybe would go to community college or a lower level Division III. When I started coaching, I started thinking to myself, let me reach back and use all of the resources that I've learned, the players and coaches that I've been fortunate to come across, and just be a liaison or a pillar, if you will.
So the coaches that are over here, I'm just going to come up to you as they warm up because I got some certificates for you guys to give you. So just look out for that.
First one. I got this for you.
Who's that, for me?
Yeah.
Who am I?
You're the best coach.
Oh, tell him why.
Why? I started when I was in 6th grade playing for JR, and when I started playing in 6th grade for JR, I wasn't the best player, but then, I kept playing, stayed with him, and I couldn't have been a better player today without him. So that's why I stayed, and we're here now. So that's for you, coach.
We kind of try to show these young boys not only how to dribble, pass, and shoot, but how to emphasize and stress academics, how to hold them accountable, and how to use every dribbling life lesson as a teachable moment. And so to me, coaching is like breathing, because I don't know what I would be doing with my life if I had it any other way. My favorite coach, Gary Waters, who recruited me to Rutgers University, taught us so many lessons. I can spend days and days just thinking about it. But one thing that he always emphasized is to just bring it every day. I remember being a freshman at Rutgers University, playing against Georgetown, Villanova, West Virginia, Cincinnati, Connecticut, all of these big name teams. And so we struggled a little bit in the Big East early on in the season. And I remember being in the South Florida hotel, and Coach Gary Waters pulled me from my hotel room. He said, "Let me talk to you, young fella." And he straight up said to me, he looked me in my eyes and said, "JR, you are not producing." And while I was only a 19-year-old kid in college trying to find my way, I possessed the maturity to understand his viewpoint. He held me such to a higher standard, even a higher standard to which I held myself. And I didn't take that as criticism. I took that as a dose of reality. Every high school kid, when you're coming from high school and you're a high school star, nationally ranked, you're used to getting things your way and things, the game coming so easy. And once you step on that collegiate level, you really get a taste of what basketball is really like. And so I thank all of my coaches, the good ones, the bad ones, from my first coach himself, my father, JR Inman Sr., to my very last coach, Kevin Whitted from the Westchester Knicks. Because everything they've taught me, I carry in each and every endeavor that I have, and I follow it, and I'll cherish it for the rest of my life. And that is why I coach.
I know the world tells us that we should just grind, we should just go for what you know, and you should pursue your dreams and move forward. But so often we get lost in the sauce of success that we miss the journey. We don't take into account the experience, which truly matters, because that's the part of the story that you should share, that you should tell.
Hey, what's up, young bro? I see you was just shooting around over there. You all right?
I can't make anything.
Oh, word? Man, come on, man. Let me show you how it's done. All right, young bro. So the first thing you got to do is you have to have your feet shoulder width apart. You got to put the ball so that it rolls off your fingertips. And when you shoot it, you want to have a high release point with your fingers pointing down to the ground. So I want you to step this way. Square yourself to the basket. Get your feet shoulder width apart, toes pointing towards the basket. And when you release, I want you to have a high release point with your fingers pointing down to the ground. Let's see that.
It actually works. Thank you, man.
Hey, no problem, man. Remember what I told you. Keep those legs spread, high release point, fingers pointing down to the ground, and shoot this shot.
Hey. Yeah, but what's your name?
Coach JR Inman.
JR, what's up, man? Why do I coach? Man, so many reasons. First of all, I really enjoy the kids, people, players, recruits I get to meet, I really value the relationships that I make with the players on the team, the coaches I work with, the people in these recruits and coaches' families. And I really want to make an impact on young people. So that's the first reason I coach. The other reasons, I'm competitive. I love basketball. I love sports. I love being in the arena. I love the passion of the fans, the atmosphere at games. I'm kind of a junkie for all that stuff.
Wanting to know what makes you wake up every day, get your whistle, get your playbooks together, and just go out and be motivated to work with these kids, Coach? Why coach?
Well, first and foremost, I love basketball, okay? I'm a basketball junkie. I live it. This is my life. This is what I do. And to me, this is my profession. That being said, it's a privilege and an honor to work with young people, to help mold them, to help guide them, to be an outlet for them when, all day long it's teachers and parents, to have that person in your life that those kids can turn to and to be a role model. And that is a role that I embrace, for somebody to, look up to me. And, quite frankly, I enjoy coaching more than anything in my life. I love being with these kids. I love being part of the Suffern basketball program and watching this grow. And one of the biggest satisfactions is watching players develop and reach their potential, not only as players, but also as human beings.
Why? Why do you coach?
My why is my passion. I'm passionate about basketball, and I'm passionate about working with kids. And I just combine the two. And I enjoy doing what I do every day. I don't consider it work. I love getting up every morning, working kids out, developing them, player development, and all those things. And like Coach Wright said, it's more than basketball. It's about teaching the life lessons that come along with basketball: dedication, commitment, time management, and all the other attributes that comes with it.
So, Clev, if I were to ask you about Coach Wright, we'll go Coach Wright first and then Coach Woodard. The question is, if you can describe Coach Wright in one word, what word would you use and why?
Determined. He has like 5 kids at home, and no matter what, we're in season, and he's determined to help us get better. He's at practice every day, trying to help us develop and be a better team than the day we were before. He expects nothing less from his team than greatness. So if you're slacking off, he'll be the first one to notice it, and it could be the smallest things, but he's not going to let you be less than you are and less than you could be. He's always going to expect the most from you. And for Coach Woodard, honestly, for Coach Woodard, a word that I would use to describe him is just fun. Coach Woodard is the energizer bunny of our coaching staff. Like, you could be having a bad day, and he's just gonna try to cheer you up, make you want to play better, because he knows what it's like. He's been in that position playing high school ball. He's played collegiate ball, so he knows when you have those bad days, you just need that one person that's next to you that's like, keep your head up, just cracking jokes, like make the next one and stuff like that. So that's what he brings to our coaching, to the coaching staff and our team of basketball.
What is the biggest life lesson that you've learned as a coach from coaching kids?
Oh my God. Be humble, because the more I realize about coaching, the more it becomes evident that I don't know. It's like when your awareness is this big, it gets this big, and then you're like, holy cow, the next bubble's here, and you don't know any of that. So then you got to learn more. So it's always a learning process. I feel like when you're in the moment with kids, and if there's a tear in their eye or something, they're in pain, like the moment is really the mastery comes through in that moment, when you could be real and authentic in the moment and respond to kids, encourage them, believe in them. Really, I feel the biggest thing that I take away is how you could change a kid's life if you believe in them. If you believe in them. To me, like, life is like a tree with many branches, and if you believe in a child, they believe that they could climb to one of those top branches, or the top branch, if you believe in them and you train them and you guide them. So I feel like the belief, I like to believe in kids so much, like 10 times more than they believe in themselves, because if they meet me halfway and they believe in themselves 5 times more than they did when they first met me, that opens up a whole new, possibilities of life for them. And not just now, I mean, like, down the road. college, family, being a good man, being a good father, a good grandfather, you know what I mean? Like all that stuff, but it's a long-term game for me.
Coach Brett is a good coach and a good father. His son Sky is playing on the varsity level here for Plaza's Finest at just 15 years old, right? Sky is, and he's out there looking like a grown man. Body looks great, skill he's been working, and you can kind of tell a player coach's child just by how they respond to other coaches and their approach to the game. So, Coach, I appreciate your time with this interview, and I appreciate all the hard work you put in with these kids.
That was great, man. Thank you very much.
Here we have Nazir Williams, Cornell University commit, St. Joe's graduate, here talking about I coach. Why do you coach?
Well, I coach just so I can give people an opportunity, because I know I was blessed with an opportunity, and I know people can take one opportunity and run with this. So I'm just trying to put kids I know in the best situation to win.
That's what's up. And again, 19, right? You are?
18, about to be
18.
19.
18 years young. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
coaching is something that I've seen you do in the past when you used to have the Plaza Pits, and now you're on both sides. So talk about, like, as a player, the influence that a coach has had in your life.
Well, you, for example, you had a major influence in my life, because you actually made me love basketball and want to pursue it on a deeper level.
All right, I'm here with Coach Rick McGill. Just had a game Spring Valley against the Rebels in Tri-State Rockland County. We're talking about coaching being a central role for playing and the social and emotional components of connecting with kids. And I want to ask you, Coach, I wanted to ask you and start off with your why. Why do you coach?
Good afternoon, everyone. I coach for the love of the game. I played for years, and I just want to give back to the community. That's what it's all about. Our community coming together.
Why do you coach?
Just to make a difference on kids, be that person that I didn't necessarily have when I was younger and make an impact in their lives.
What is the biggest impact that you think a coach has in a player's life?
For me, definitely, a coach can instill hard work in their players, and hard work is obviously instrumental in being good at anything in life, not just basketball, but in school, your job. Just if you work hard, you're going to succeed. So hard work is definitely the most important thing I've ever learned from a coach, especially you, Coach Daugherty. And yeah, hard work definitely for sure.